Ethan Cole never planned on coming back to Raven's Hollow. After 12 years, the town felt smaller, like it was rotting from the inside out. The streets were empty, the shops were half closed, and a strange heaviness hung in the air, as if the whole town was holding its breath. His father's death was what dragged him back. A heart attack, the official report said. But Ethan knew better. His father lived right across the road from Blackwood House, and people who lived near that place, they never died of natural causes. As he drove down the familiar forest road, he saw it. The house, tall, crooked, with windows like hollow black eyes. For just a split second, Ethan swore he saw one of the curtains move. The next day, he stopped by the old grocery store. Mrs. Halloway was still behind the counter, her hands trembling when she saw him. "You shouldn't have come back," she whispered, her eyes darting toward the forest. Ethan forced a smile. "Nice to see you too." She leaned in close, her voice barely audible. "That house, it remembers you. It doesn't haunt strangers, only those who belong to it." That night, sleep wouldn't come. Every time Ethan closed his eyes, he heard it. A deep, slow sound, like breathing. Inhale, exhale. At 3:17 a.m., he woke up. The sound was louder now, seeming to come from the very walls of his childhood home. Then, footsteps. From outside. He peered through the window and saw a figure standing at the edge of the forest. Tall, perfectly still, just watching. Its face was lost in shadow. When Ethan blinked, it was gone. But the breathing didn't stop. It was coming from the forest, from the house. And then the memories came flooding back. When he was 10, his sister Lily vanished. She'd followed something into Blackwood Forest. They never found her, only her little shoes, left neatly on the porch of Blackwood House. That same night, Ethan dreamed of Lily standing in his hallway, smiling. But her eyes were wrong, too dark, too empty. And now, 12 years later, he heard her voice drift through the darkness. "Ethan, come home." Against every instinct, Ethan walked into the forest. The air grew colder with each step, until the house loomed before him, larger than he remembered. Its wooden walls seemed to pulse slightly, like skin. The front door was wide open, an invitation. Inside, the air smelled of rot, dust, and something else. Something alive, the walls whispered. Not with words, but with memories, laughter, screams, and crying. The house was feeding. Each room was a different nightmare. A dining room where a family sat, frozen mid-scream. A child's bedroom where the toys slowly turned their heads to watch him. He found a mirror that didn't show his reflection, only the empty hallway behind him. And then he found Lily's room. She stood there, unchanged after all these years, smiling that same wrong smile. "You left me," she said softly. Ethan reached for her, but her skin was impossibly cold. Her smile widened, stretching unnaturally. "You belong here now." The truth hit him like a physical blow. The house was alive. It was built on something ancient and hungry, feeding on fear, regret, and guilt. It used the faces of lost loved ones to lure its victims inside. His father had resisted it, so the house simply stopped his heart. Now it wanted Ethan. It wanted the guilt he carried for never going into that forest to look for Lily. The house began to change. Walls closed in, floors twisted under his feet, and the quiet breathing turned into a deafening roar. Ethan ran. Hands made of wood grabbed at him from the walls. faces of past victims pressed through the plaster, screaming silently. Lily appeared again, blocking the exit. "Can stay with me forever." Ethan screamed back, "You're not my sister." As the words left his mouth, her face cracked open, revealing nothing but pure darkness inside. He saw a fallen lantern, grabbed it, and smashed it against the wall. Fire erupted, spreading instantly. The house itself screamed, a sound so loud the entire forest shook. Faces in the walls burned and howled in agony. Ethan scrambled out just as the entire structure collapsed inward, like a giant lung exhaling its final dying breath. The next morning, the forest was quiet. Where the house had stood, there was only an empty patch of land. The town believed the curse was finally over. Ethan left Raven's Hollow for good. Years passed, he moved on, and sometimes, late at night, in the safety of his own apartment, miles away, he hears it. A slow, deep breathing from inside the walls. Inhale. Exhale, and a cold dread washes over him as he realizes the house didn't die. It just moved and it followed him home. Thanks for watching.